Chapter 1: A New Beginning. Lily Anderson's heart pounded as she stepped off the bus, her suitcase in hand, and gazed at the unfamiliar surroundings of Maplewood. The small town was a far cry from the bustling city she had grown up in. Her parents had decided to move here after her father got a new job, and while they were excited for the fresh start, Lily felt a mix of apprehension and curiosity. Maplewood was known for its picturesque landscapes and close-knit community, but to Lily, it felt like stepping into another world. The streets were lined with quaint houses, each with its own perfectly manicured garden. The air was fresh and crisp, a stark contrast to the pollution she was used to in the city. As they arrived at their new home, a charming two-story house with a sprawling front yard, Lily's mother beamed with excitement. "Isn't it wonderful, Lily? Just think of all the adventures you'll have here." Lily managed a small smile, but her mind was preoccupied with thoughts of starting at a new school, making new friends, and adjusting to this new life. She spent the first few days unpacking and exploring the house, but the garden in the backyard intrigued her the most. It was overgrown and neglected, a stark contrast to the immaculate front yard. One afternoon, as she was exploring the garden, she stumbled upon a hidden gate covered in ivy. It looked like it hadn't been opened in years. With a bit of effort, she managed to push it open, revealing a secret garden that took her breath away. Despite its neglected state, there was an undeniable magic about it. Wildflowers grew in abundance, and the air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming plants. Chapter 2: The Discovery. Lily spent the next few days exploring the secret garden, feeling a sense of peace she hadn't felt since the move. The garden was her sanctuary, a place where she could escape and let her imagination run wild. She started to spend hours there, reading, drawing, and dreaming about what the garden must have looked like in its prime. One day, as she was clearing away some of the overgrown bushes, she discovered an old, weathered book buried under a pile of leaves. The cover was faded, but she could make out the title, The Secret Garden Club. Intrigued, she opened it and found that it was a journal filled with entries from a group of kids who had taken care of the garden years ago. The entries were filled with stories of their adventures, the plants they grew, and the friendships they formed. Lily was fascinated and read every word, feeling a connection to the kids who had once loved this garden as much as she did. She decided that she would restore the garden to its former glory and start her own secret garden club. Chapter 3: New Friends. As the new school year started, Lily was determined to find others who might share her passion for the garden. She was nervous about making new friends, but she knew she couldn't do it alone. On her first day at Maplewood High, she met Emma, a friendly and outgoing girl who immediately took Lily under her wing. During lunch, Lily mentioned the secret garden and the journal she had found. Emma's eyes lit up with excitement. "That sounds amazing. I'd love to see it. Maybe we could start a club together?" Over the next few days, Emma introduced Lily to a few more students who shared their interest in gardening. There was Max, a quiet but kind boy who was a whiz with plants, and Sophie, a cheerful girl with a passion for flowers and a talent for drawing. Together, they formed the new secret garden club. They spent their afternoons in the garden, working to clear the overgrowth and plant new flowers. As they worked, they grew closer, sharing stories and dreams. Lily felt like she had finally found her place in Maplewood. Chapter 4: the garden grows. The weeks turned into months, and the garden slowly began to transform. The wildflowers were replaced with carefully tended beds of roses, daisies, and lilies. They planted vegetables and herbs, and even built a small pond. The garden became a place of beauty and tranquility, a testament to their hard work and dedication. One day, while working in the garden, they discovered a hidden path that led to a small, forgotten greenhouse. Inside, they found old gardening tools, pots, and even some seeds. It was like finding buried treasure, and they eagerly set to work restoring the greenhouse to its former glory. As the garden flourished, so did their friendships. They spent hours in the garden, laughing, talking, and enjoying each other's company. The Secret Garden Club became their haven, a place where they could escape the pressures of school and life, and simply be themselves. Chapter 5: Challenges and Triumphs. Not everything was smooth sailing, though. There were challenges along the way, plants that didn't grow as expected, pests that threatened their hard work, and disagreements among the group. But each challenge brought them closer together, teaching them the value of teamwork and perseverance. One particularly difficult challenge came in the form of a severe storm that hit Maplewood one night. The garden took a beating, with several plants uprooted and the greenhouse damaged. The group was devastated, but they refused to give up. They spent the next few days working tirelessly to repair the damage, their bond growing stronger with each passing day. Their hard work paid off, and the garden began to bloom again, more beautiful than ever. The storm had tested their resolve, but it had also shown them what they were capable of when they worked together. Chapter 6: The Garden Party. With the garden restored and thriving, the Secret Garden Club decided to host a garden party to celebrate their hard work and shared the beauty of the garden with the community. They spent weeks planning, inviting their friends, families, and neighbors. The day of the party was perfect, sunny and warm, with a gentle breeze. The garden was filled with colorful flowers, delicious food, and the laughter of friends. They gave tours of the garden, showing off their hard work and sharing the history of the Secret Garden Club. As the sun set and the party drew to a close, Lily felt a deep sense of accomplishment and happiness. The garden had brought her so much more than she could have ever imagined. It had given her friends, a sense of purpose, and a place to call her own. Chapter 7: A Legacy Continues. As the seasons changed and the garden continued to flourish, Lily and her friends decided to document their journey, just as the original Secret Garden Club had done. They filled the journal with their own stories, sketches, and photographs, creating a new chapter in the garden's history. Lily knew that one day, someone else would find the journal and discover the magic of the secret garden. She hoped that they would feel the same sense of wonder and joy that she had felt, and that they would continue to care for the garden and keep the club's legacy alive. Years later, as Lily prepared to leave for college, she visited the garden one last time. It was more beautiful than ever, a testament to the love and care that she and her friends had poured into it. She felt a pang of sadness at the thought of leaving, but she knew that the garden was in good hands. The Secret Garden Club would continue to thrive, just as it always had. As she closed the garden gate behind her, she took one last look at the place that had changed her life. The garden had given her so much, and she knew that its magic would continue to touch the lives of others for generations to come. The end.